Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is Tough Tony here today, and I know it's been a while since I did a video. And of course, you know the road to WrestleMania is upon us. It's about a couple weeks away. And I remember back in the day I said I was going to do a State of the WWE address. So basically, I've actually compiled a list of about 20 things that I believe if the WWE would do, you don't even have to do all 20. Just some of them. The product will be enjoyable for the fan base that you so often neglect. But speaking of fan bases, do you know that WWE well, we already know WWE promotes all their product towards children and women that don't know wrist locks from wrist watches, and children who haven't been watching it long enough to appreciate, the product itself. Do you realize that women and children make up 40% of WWE's overall fan base, but yet they neglect the 60% fan base that's their ages 21 through 39? I never understood that. I mean, what company will actually do that? That's like CoverGirl if CoverGirl stopped making products for women and started making products for metrosexual men. Or it's like PlayStation 3 making all these exclusive games and not putting them on the PlayStation 3, but putting it on the Xbox 360. It's fucking sacrilege. But I don't know. But then you go on to state that WWE, and I really hate to say this because I've been watching wrestling for all these years and WWE has been a major part of it. WWE is as far away from a wrestling promotion as you can get. They don't even use the word wrestling. They don't use the word wrestlers. And they don't wrestle. I never thought I'd come to the day to say it is that, well, I probably said it in the CM Punk video when, he did that work shoot thing. That's a couple months back. I have a link for it if you want to watch it again or just click on it. But WWE has done so much for the wrestling business, but it has also ruined the wrestling business. Because now you have a bunch of investors that don't even know which night Monday Night Raw comes on, but there's so much money to be had. You have you do all this political stuff so Linda McMahon wouldn't be attached to this product. WWE has ruined their whole damn product. And it's like WWE has not done anything remotely enjoyable to me since the CM Punk John Cena thing. And before that, I don't even know. But all over the place, I hear the complaints from, of course, people in my age bracket of why WWE doesn't do anything that's even remotely enjoyable by for that 60% fan base. Of course, everyone's going to buy WrestleMania because if even the non-wrestling fans that never even watch wrestling or anything, everyone orders WrestleMania or watches it somewhere. That's just WrestleMania. That's why it always has a high pay-per-view buy rate. Plus, there's a bunch of ignorant marks out there that are just buy it just because Cena's wrestling The Rock. And speaking of those little marks, I hate those types of fans. Now, as wrestling fans, we all have friends or relatives that watch wrestling or have watched wrestling. But you always hear that excuse. I stopped watching when Austin left, or I stopped watching when The Rock left. But these same people never turn on a Raw, never turn on a SmackDown anytime. But let them hear through the grapevine that, hey, Austin's gonna come back or The Rock's gonna come back. They lighten up their Twitter pages or their Facebook pages and everything, turning on Monday Night Raw just to see two guys, and I hate that type of fan. I think they're the fucking worst. I wish all those types of wrestling fans were collectively put on a barge, sent out in the middle of the ocean, and blown the fuck up. I know that seems kind of harsh, but that's just how it is. Now, I told this may be a series of videos. I may not put it all on one video because, of course, we'd be sitting here all damn day. I'm already 4 minutes in. But first things first, this is in no particular order. I was just bored at work one day, and I was brainstorming. Number one that they need to change in the WWE, the tag team division. I think most divisions in the WWE, the tag team division is suffering the most. You have these little makeshift tag teams that have no business tag teaming together or anything like that. Like, come on, you have what trash can did they fucking pull Primo out of? What you had Kofi and Evan Bourne as champions. You know, it's like it's been fucking horrible. It's been horrible. And this is one thing that they should have done. Since they bought all these NXT guys from FCW down in Florida, the worst wrestling developmental territory of all time, by the way, thanks to John Laurinaitis for destroying all their ties with OVW, who actually has produced all the talent that's in the WWE today that have made it to main event status, minus Sheamus. So, if you're going to bring all those guys to WWE and have nothing for them to do, why didn't they just make tag teams out of them? That would have been a lot more interesting. If you just would have just made, hey, these guys could be a tag team, this guy, you could have refurbished the entire tag team division. But of course, that's WWE. That's one thing that they really should have done there. Number two, don't even get me started. The Divas division. Another thing that John Laurinaitis has ruined. Remember back in the day when we actually had real female wrestlers? You had Trish Stratus, Gail Kim, even Molly Holly, Victoria, Beth Phoenix, Mickie James. You know, you had all these names. You had Jazz. You had Michelle McCool. Even Layla's been around for a long time. You know, you had all these real competitive female athletes. You could have got excited when you was watching a Divas match. Because I remember the matches Mickie James had with Trish and the matches Victoria had with Trish. These were some good damn matches. So now the Divas division is filled with a bunch of women. I always use this line. You may have heard me say it before. Filled with a bunch of women who are hip-hop dancers and lingerie models and swimsuit models. And they go in the ring and do cartwheels, and the commentators call it athleticism. None of those women even belong in the wrestling ring. They should buy a ticket because, you know, that's what you see in the rest. When you go see wrestling, there's a bunch of marked female fans that have no idea what the fuck they're looking at. But they still find need to spend $70 to $100 on a fucking ticket. Speaking of which, I think Raw is going to be in Philly tonight. Will I be there? Psst. You bet your sorry ass I won't be there. Fuck, like I'm gonna waste my money on that shit. But that's one thing they really need to I'm pretty sure women will not complain if there was no female wrestling in the WWE. Because that's just for the eye candy for the 60% fan base that they ignore. So, but if you're gonna have these women, like especially, come on, look at Kelly. Look at Rosa Mendez. Look at Eve Torres. Look at Alicia. Look at these people. Look at these women. I mean, seriously? They shouldn't even be in the fucking wrestling business. They really, really shouldn't be. They really need to either get some real female competitors or just get rid of the fucking Divas division entirely. Because it's not even enjoyable even for men. And if you're the type of dude that likes to look, because there are some, we all look at women, but come on. If you're one of those types of dudes, just go on your computer and find some free porn. Really. These are the same motherfucking marks that be here on YouTube every time someone puts like a really seductive type or explicit type title in the thumbnails with a fake thumbnail picture. You click on it because a bunch of prepubescent 16-year-olds that made bastards like Wade William Johnson popular. And Sexy Phil, for that matter. Yeah, those fucking marks. Then you really shouldn't be on YouTube. You ain't gonna have no fucking porn on YouTube. It's bad enough you have a bunch of women that have no fucking rhythm, dancing around in their boobs and their thong panties and all that fucking shit. And these get fucking millions and millions of views. So I'm guessing that's the type of attention that they like, because no real woman will actually do that. Just like no real woman would subject themselves to the shit they have these divas do on the fucking air. It don't even get me started on that Natalia mess. Rule number 3. The third thing that WWE needs to change. More championship matches on television and at pay-per-view and obey those championship rules. This is my thing. WWE has a multi-million-dollar contracted budget for these so-called writers, the right, storylines, angles, and all that type of stuff. And all that whole, man, they defended at house shows. Don't believe that fucking bullshit, because if you can know someone that goes to all of the house shows, that's fucking bullshit. They don't defend those fucking championships at all. It's bad enough that the fucking championship belts have been so devalued because of the WWE, because they pissing shit on everything. Like, if you're paying these writers all this money and you can't have one match and you can't book one title match within 30 days, then what the fuck are y'all there for? I mean, I don't watch SmackDown, so please enlighten me if Cody Rhodes has defended that championship on SmackDown within the last 30 days. He sure as hell has only defended it once at a pay-per-view. Yet, even if he is Intercontinental Champion still, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't watched WWE. I watch it through, or maybe dirt sheets or something. But I just can't spend 2 hours out of my day to. I wouldn't be entertained. It's a waste of fucking time. I'd be on fucking playing Call of Duty or something while that shit is on the air. But that's one thing they really need to do. Just put more emphasis on your mid-card belts. The WWE and World title, those divisions are damaged beyond recognition. This looks like they're trying to bring the WWE title back into the mix, but put more emphasis on the Intercontinental Championship and the United States Championship like y'all used to do. Even when jackasses like fucking MVP was champion for a fucking year and only defended the championship 3 fucking times. The same thing when Orlando Jordan was U.S. champion. He was U.S. champ for like 6 months, only defended the championship 3 times. What kind of bullshit is that? Number 4. Stop giving championships to any and everybody. They definitely need to stop that, especially when it comes to the World Championships. Of course, we know the World's Heavyweight Championship on SmackDown has been devalued because, of course, that originally was not a WWE Championship. So just like WWE did with all the WCW talent, just like they did with ECW twice, just like they did with all these other talents that come out of nowhere, they pissing shit and bastardize it. That's another way of WWE saying, fuck you, we got your title, fuck you WCW, fuck you Ted, fuck you Crockett's, and all those, fuck all of them. That's why, when was the last time you seen a worthwhile world champion? When was the last time you seen a worthwhile WWE champion? Because this year, with the addition of Alberto Del Rio, that division was fucking horrendous. And this is the thing. If you're going to go through all that trying to give somebody a championship, make them fucking believable. You got to make it so people would take these guys seriously. No one took Alberto Del Rio seriously as WWE champion. No one took Mark Henry seriously as World Heavyweight Champion. If you're going to do all this to book somebody, I don't know if I put on the list about, Money in the Bank or anything, but I'm going to make that a subject right now, is that these whole Money in the Bank, they really need to abolish that. They really need to. You might as well just bring back King of the Ring and make it, like it used to be. Because it's like saying, all right, we're going to make you a world champion, but you are never, ever going to be booked to win a match. You're not going to beat Punk. You're not going to beat Cena. You're not going to beat Orton. You're not going to beat any of these guys. And the only way you can remotely get booked to win a world title is if you beat them up after they had a 25-minute match, go out there for 4 seconds or 5 seconds and win a championship. I think it's the most laziest thing that fucking business has ever done. Partly because you have a bunch of people working there that don't know how to promote talent. They don't know how to make talent. They just fucking forgot. When's the last time you've seen a franchise player in the WWE? If you ask me, I don't know if I made a point in this later because I haven't memorized my list. I have it written down. But Miz should have took Edge's place when he left. He should be a franchise star because, like I said, I haven't said this on camera, but I'm going to say this now. There is a monumental difference between being pushed and being made. There are two totally different scenarios. They need to make more people. They need to make stars who will, when you think of WWE, you think of these names. Instead of always having Undertaker, John Cena, Randy Orton, and Triple H. You know, we get tired of that shit. We want new names. You want Wade Barrett and The Miz, CM Punk, all those guys. These are the names that should be synonymous with this company. Not the same names that's been in this company doing the same shit for the last 7 years. And on that bombshell, I bid you good day. And that's just the end of my part 1. I will start part 2 and I may upload it either later on today or tomorrow. But peace, salutations, God bless. And this weather is fucking amazing.